All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cover Alyssa Mercante yet again because she has decided to make an interesting statement that a screenshot was sent to me about my thoughts on it. And honestly, it was an interesting statement because this one is very clearly coming from a point of this is fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's happening. The world's not burning down. The industry is not burning down. We're fine. Let's just keep doing what we're doing because it totally benefits me. This entire thing clearly showcases what the actual toxic positivity is that's happening right now in the gaming industry, and we're going to talk about it.
Come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
Now, I want you guys to keep something in mind before we go over this actual post here and my post on X over here, is that there's this picture going around of Alyssa Mercante, and I believe Legal Mindset posted this picture where she was going after Elon Musk, right? Because obviously she doesn't like Elon Musk. She hates him so much that she uses his platform every day and probably wishes that Hassan would buy her a Tesla, but that's neither here nor there. She hates him so much that she decided to make this post where she said, "This is literally every man attacking women or POC or queer folks, bemoaning wokeness online. The biggest losers alive, emboldened by the reach of the internet. Bring back bullying." So I just wanted to tear down this post really quick because I found it very ironic. A white woman is, again, trying to speak for POC people. That's number one. That's the most ridiculous thing. We see that all the time, right? These Emilys out here and these Alyssa Mercantes, they try to speak for POCs because they feel like POCs can't speak for themselves because they treat POCs as pets, right? So her entire narrative would get thrown out the room if there was a POC person speaking about wokeness, right? Wouldn't that be a thing? So for her narrative to be true, it would have to be just people that look like Elon Musk, right? Which, by the way, he's South African, right? He's an actual African. He may not look like one from the standard term, like a sub-Saharan African. He wouldn't look like one, but he is South African. So, like, I just find it hilarious. But still, sure, her entire narrative would go out the water if a non-white person would be speaking out against the wokeness. Which, by the way, there are tens to hundreds of thousands of people that don't think like this, who are POCs, right? Who are gay people. There's a Twitter page called Gays Against Groomers, right? Their entire page is dedicated to being anti-woke as much as they possibly can be. And then you have myself, who is not a white person, speaking out against this stuff. And she hates me, right? So you hate me, but you talk about wanting to defend POCs and queer folks, right? It's the biggest thing. And bemoaning wokeness online, again, we all speak out against this stuff, all kinds of people, actual, real, diverse people that Alyssa Mercante doesn't see unless she steps out of her apartment in Brooklyn where she can go look for Tyrone to get an extra helping of dick. You know what I mean? So this is what we're dealing with here, but that's neither here nor there. Again, she calls us the biggest losers online, and yet she's online with us all day, every day. So I made a post here against one of her posts. She posted here, Alyssa Mercante, "Try and remember, this is a vocal minority whose influence is artificially ballooned by sites like X and YouTube reporting rage bait. Real people in gaming don't give a fuck about the shit that they're screaming about." So she made this post, okay, and this post is literally factually incorrect. This is a literal post of I don't mean like the meme of the dog being surrounded by fire. This is that post, right? If the meme could become a post, it would be this post, because this post is very clearly someone trying to maintain the status quo of the AAA gaming industry that they are actively in right now. This is somebody who works for Kotaku, right? This is somebody who benefits from the industry trying to stay with their heads in the sand. This is somebody who benefits from the industry believing the nonsense that is being pushed out there by everybody other than people who actually play games. This is that person. This is how people like that act. To try to say that we are the vocal minority when that has been literally proven to not be true a multitude of times is ridiculous. You guys are not the majority. You are nowhere near the majority. For every one of Alyssa Mercante, there are 10,000 people who disagree with her. You guys wish you were the majority, but the numbers prove that you're not. You have never been the majority, ever. You've only been able to seem like the majority because the actual majority was silenced on Twitter for years. And only up until recently, where the person you hate took over, that allowed the conversation to now be open-ended, where now you can see your point of view and our point of view. Now you think like we're being artificially ballooned. Oh, no. you would know a thing about being artificially ballooned, considering that you utilized Twitter to your means in the past, and that looked like you were the majority, but that's the actual artificial ballooning. Now things are back to normal, and now you think we're being artificially ballooned, which is ridiculous. And again, now you want to talk about rage bait. Okay, you want to talk about rage bait coming from the blue checkbox monetized Twitter account. By the way, my Twitter account's not monetized, okay? I got demonetized months ago. Monetized Twitter account, and you're talking about rage bait, where every day you put out dumb stuff on Twitter knowing that you're going to get interactions, because that's the only time you do. When you say something that's not dumb, you get nothing. You get no likes, you get no retweets, you get barely any comments. When you put out something dumb like this, that's when you get the likes, that's when you get the retweets, that's when you get the comments, that's when you get the impressions, and that's when the money rolls in. So let's be real. If you want to talk about rewarding rage bait, you are actively partaking in that by having a paid-for blue check mark. You're actively partaking in that. The same things you say to be against. You guys all do this, and you do it on Twitter because you think it makes you, I don't know, superior in some manner. Then you said real people in gaming don't give an F about the crap. Is that true? Because according to the numbers, that's not true. You want to ignore the numbers so bad. You want to pretend as if everything is A-okay. But at the end of the day, man, the numbers speak for themselves. These games are failing, they're flopping, they're dying, and they're not just dying because of wokeness. Look at my post here. Let me read my post to you because I feel like I summed it up pretty well. By real people, she means when the industry making games for themselves. If real people didn't care, then the modern day AAA gaming would not be massively flopping like it is right now. Keep in mind, it's not just wokeness that creators are screaming about. People are talking about the bad practices in the industry that is way too prevalent, and that includes wokeness, developers attacking fans, burying their heads in the sand, taking no criticism or feedback at all, predatory monetization practices, terrible budgeting that are ballooned to the max, etc. The conversation spans a multitude of issues, but this fake gamer here will make you believe everything is okay and nothing is wrong. And it's just people making rage bait content and screaming. This is the person who will continue to push that lie because it benefits them to push it, yet go after you and your money and pocket watch you in every way. It's a joke and will continue to tear down the industry so long as the echo chamber is maintained within it. That's literally it. Like I don't feel like I could put it any way better other than that. This is exactly what they're trying to do. They are trying to maintain this echo chamber by any means necessary. They don't want people to understand what's really going on. They don't want people to talk about the bad stuff that's happening in the industry. They want to pretend to be toxically positive. And again, I find it highly ironic that the person who apparently is suing Smash JT for mean things online is the one who says bring bullying back. Clearly, this tweet is not going to help you in your court case against Smash JT for someone who's trying to pretend to be so emotionally distressed over what's happening to her. Yeah, okay, says the person to say bring back bullying. Sure, yeah, you're emotionally distressed, all right? So again, Alyssa Mercante shows exactly why gaming journalism and the mainstream gaming industry needs to be torn down and rebuilt, because this industry has been co-opted by activists that pretend to be gamers, and they are trying to maintain their status quo that they've had for years. The gig is up, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. You hate YouTubers as much as you possibly want, but that's not going to change the fact that the conversation is now swinging in the other way. People realize your grift. People realize that you're full of crap, and nobody's going to stop talking about it simply because you want them to, or in your case, you threaten them to. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.